Hello guys, and welcome to September's edition of COPROT's monthly updates. We're going to find out all about what we've been doing this month. And this time we are joined by Sei Ling, who is the coordinator of a very special project, as it was the first project I worked with sea turtles, Lantenga Turtle Watch in Malaysia. So this month has been a busy one. We started off by welcoming 4 new research assistants. Starting from the left, we have Carol from France, Martina from Argentina, and Irene and Isa from Spain, as well as a few more research assistants coming this month. That's going to give us a nice big team ready for the green nesting season. We also invited an artist, Melly from San Jose, who came and made this amazing mural on our new kitchen. And the plan is to get different artists to come and put their art on our kitchen. So if any artists out there that fancy coming and making something beautiful, then give us a shout. We also had an exciting trip for some of our staff who headed over to Tortugas with the Sea Turtle Conservancy to get trained on how to take blood samples and tissue samples of the green turtles. Something that we'll be doing this season, some really exciting research to start looking at the more in depth at our sea turtle populations. We also continued with our community work. So here we have the team working together with Luna Lodge, cleaning Colate Beach with the local community to give it the Blue Flag Award. And this goes side by side with our weekly women's class that we've been running. And we've got exciting things coming next month for the community projects, but we'll leave that till the next video. And this month's turtle numbers, as you can see, it's starting to get really busy. This month we had 834 olive ridleys nesting and 12 greens. And we're going to be expecting much more greens as we head towards the Christmas time. So that's it from COPROT. And so now time to say hello to our special guest, Sei Ling, all the way from Malaysia. So Sei Ling, perhaps you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the amazing project that is Lantenga Turtle Watch.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Hi, everyone. So I'm Sei Ling. I'm from Malaysia. I'm the principal officer of Lantenga Turtle Watch. And yeah, it's a project that Jordan worked with before. So we actually have 3 project sites, and it started at Lantenga in 2013. It's actually an island off the east coast of Peninsula, Malaysia. So on Lantenga Island, it's not as productive as the beach that Jordan's working with. We have maximum, I think, just about like 89 turtles, like 89 nests, turtle nests. And nevertheless, it's still one of an island that still have hawksbill nesting. So we've been there for like almost a decade, and it started with just turtle conservation. So we patrol the beaches and we relocate them to prevent poaching. But over the years, and we started also doing coral restoration work. So we also run a volunteering project there that we get help from volunteers to do the night patrols and all the other works that we're doing. So we also do community outreach with schools and corporate groups and things, and tourists. Yeah, tourists visit the campsite as well. So the other project site was set up much later in 2016. It's on the mainland, and that project is slightly different because we don't patrol the nesting beaches ourselves. In Terengganu, there's still a tender system where a license is given every year to egg collectors to collect eggs. So, and they are made compulsory to sell the eggs back for conservation. And that's where Lantenga Turtle Watch comes in. We buy the eggs from them and we incubate in a hatchery and make sure that the hatchings are produced. So that project has been around for like, about 7 years, 6, 7 years. Yeah. And recently we set up another project site, just like 40 minutes south of our current site. That's for us to actually increase our hatchery like capacity to save more eggs to in Terengganu. And we just recently have a ban in turtle egg sales and consumption in Terengganu. So hopefully, we're not sure if this tender system will still continue, but hopefully it will cease to exist one day. So basically at all project sites, we also do community engagement and outreach activities. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, Jordan.
So what would you say is the main challenge that you guys are facing? Obviously, before it was a slightly strange situation with the legal sale of turtle eggs and having to buy eggs of the local egg collectors. But what do you think the future of sea turtle conservation will look like, and especially for Lantenga Turtle Watch, with this change taking place?
So I think like it's already a step forward when the state actually make a ban, and now it's looking at how we can implement and also maximize conservation efforts. Because like I said, at the moment, everything's still the same. The tender system still exists. It means we still have to buy turtle eggs. So for us to move forward from that is to actually know, let's say if we don't give out any more licenses to egg collectors, do we have that resource like funding and also manpower to actually patrol all these beaches ourselves? So I think that's the main challenge. As for Langtengah Turtle Watch, where we fit in now is because we are buying eggs from egg collectors. So if you look at it, it's also more of like you're actually paying a fee for all these egg collectors to actually patrol every night and make sure that the eggs are safe, like collected and sell to us. So it really depends on like what the state and what the Department of Fisheries think is the best way forward, like to actually go along with the ban. So our challenge at the moment, let's say if we still have to buy eggs, I think our biggest challenge is, can we raise enough money to buy all the eggs, because we're talking about a lot. So yeah, if the system actually change, if something else evolves, then the challenge might change as well. So at the moment, it'd be getting like raising enough money to buy enough eggs and to have enough manpower on our side to actually do all the relocation and things like that.
And funding is always an issue for these kind of things, but Lantenga Turtle Watch, with an interesting twist with the rest house as well in Perhentian, a really beautiful old house. So then what do you think it will take in terms of changing to get to a place where you can protect nests in situ on the mainland? Do you think that's something that could possibly happen?
That's a very interesting question. I could only see that it's possible to happen if you are able to actually have someone there 24/7 looking after the nest, partly because that we have not reached a state like in maybe certain areas in the West or even in the States that people actually look at turtle nest and go like, oh, there's a nest, we need to make sure it's protected, no one like takes it. But with when it comes from a place where people actually still consume turtle eggs, like it's a tradition, it's a culture, there's always a demand. So if you're going to leave the eggs there, unless you can actually put people in place to actually really guard the eggs, I don't think it's feasible to leave them in situ. And that's the reason why, apart from shorter beaches on the island that's not more than 500 meters, sometimes like in Chaga Hutan Redang, they actually leave it in situ because they have people there the whole time looking after the beach. But if you're talking about beaches that span across kilometers or like more than 10 or 100 kilometers, we can't leave it in situ, which is why in the whole mainland coast of Terengganu, whenever there's conservation efforts in protecting eggs, it's always a hatchery. It means that we have to relocate all the nests to at least a very more like defined smaller area that we know we have people there the whole time to make sure that the eggs do not get poached. So
That's why it's so important.
I'm not sure, maybe. Yeah, exactly. So maybe not in this generation, maybe in the future generation, because with as conservation efforts increase and with the protection from the law, of course people don't get to consume as much as they used to. So this kind of tradition, like the consumption, it might actually reduce over time. And when you have the older generation phasing out, this might no longer be like a common practice among the younger generation. So we're hoping to move towards that, but I think it's a marathon. It's not going to happen within like a near future.
It's something that if someone's going to be able to achieve it, then you guys definitely will be able to. So if anyone's interested to find out more about Lantenga Turtle Watch, you can head over to the website. There's some amazing opportunities to get involved with volunteering and internships, or simply sponsoring and donating towards this great project. And that's it for this month. Celine, thank you so much for joining us and sharing the amazing work of Land Tangle Turtle Watch. And we'll see you guys next month. Celine, thank you, and enjoy the rest.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us as well. It's been a pleasure.